Everything is energy, and everything you've ever been told about reality is incomplete. You can feel it, right? That quiet, persistent knowing deep in your chest, that nagging sense that there's something more beneath the surface of everyday life. What if the world you see, touch and struggle in every day is only level 1? And what if I told you there are 6 hidden levels above it? Layers that secretly control your beliefs, your deepest limitations, your luck, your relationships, your health, your fate, and even the exact version of you that gets rendered into existence moment by moment. One that most people will go their entire lives without ever suspecting exists. But you're different. You're here. You're listening. That means the veil is already starting to thin. In the next 40 minutes, I'm going to hand you the complete map, the 7 levels of reality. This is the hidden structure behind consciousness itself, behind true manifestation, behind why resistance shows up exactly when you're about to break through, behind awakening, and behind the state of absolute mastery that only a few ever reach. If you're ready to wake up, truly wake up, stay with me. Because once you see this architecture clearly, there's no going back to sleep. The question burning in your mind right now should be, am I brave enough to climb? Are you ready to see what's really controlling your life from the shadows? Let's begin at the very bottom, where almost everyone is still trapped. Level 1 is the physical world. This is the prison most people believe is the only reality that exists. It's the world of solid matter, linear time, cause and effect, bills piling up, bodies aging, relationships breaking, dreams fading. It's the world where you wake up tired, scroll through the same feeds, argue with the same patterns, and wonder why nothing ever truly changes. This is the level of survival, the grind, the endless chase for more money, more approval, more security, while feeling like you're always one step behind. But here's the first major revelation that will shake everything you think you know. No one, absolutely no one, actually lives fully and permanently in level 1. It's a rendered illusion. Think of it like the most advanced video game avatar you've ever controlled. You identify so completely with the character on the screen, with its struggles, its pain, its small wins and crushing losses, that you forget you're the one holding the controller. You think you're the character trapped in limitations, bad luck, and a predetermined fate. You feel the weight of it every single day, the exhaustion, the frustration, the quiet desperation whispering, is this really all there is? But level 1 is just the output. It's the screen. It's the final rendering. The real controls, the real power, the real code that decides what shows up on your screen are hidden in the higher levels. Most people stay brutally stuck here because they fully buy the lie that this dense, painful, limited world is all there is. They defend their suffering. They argue for their limitations. They call it being realistic or growing up. They say things like, that's just life, or some people are lucky, and I'm not. And in doing so, they lock the prison door from the inside. But you're questioning it. That itch you feel, that subtle rebellion against the ordinary, that sense that reality should feel more alive, more magical, more yours, that's the first crack in the walls of the level 1 prison. And once a single crack appears, the entire structure begins to weaken. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing that every struggle you've ever had, every limitation you've accepted, every moment of scarcity or loneliness was never the ultimate truth. It was just the lowest possible rendering of a much bigger, much freer game. Are you starting to feel the shift already? Good. Because once we step beyond level 1 and into level 2, everything you thought you knew about manifestation, about why prayers sometimes work and sometimes don't, about why the law of attraction feels real one day and fake the next, it's all about to make perfect, undeniable sense. Stay with me. We're just getting started. Level 2, the quantum field. This is the vast ocean of infinite possibilities lying just beneath the surface of level 1. Down here, nothing is solid yet. Everything exists as shimmering probability waves, pure potential waiting to be chosen. Particles aren't fixed points. They're clouds of energy that only become real when observed. This is the realm that modern science has barely begun to map, the strange, mysterious domain where reality behaves more like a dream than a machine. This is where the famous observer effect lives. Reality doesn't fully solidify until consciousness looks at it. Your focus, your attention, your inner state. These collapse endless overlapping potentials into one single outcome that then appears in your level 1 experience. Simply put, the quantum field is an infinite sea of energy, patiently waiting for your consciousness to direct it, to shape it, to pull one golden thread out of the endless tapestry. And this is exactly why manifestation actually works. It's not wishful thinking, it's not positive vibes magic. It's quantum mechanics operating through you. Your vibration, your dominant emotional frequency, acts like a tuning fork, calling forth the possibilities in level 2 that match it, and collapsing them into tangible events, people, opportunities, and things in level 1. But here's where so many people get frustrated and give up. Manifestation fails or feels inconsistent when doubt, fear, desperation, or attachment scatter the waves. Imagine trying to tune a radio station while frantically spinning the dial back and forth in panic. You get static, interference. Nothing clear comes through. That's what neediness does in the quantum field. It creates chaotic interference patterns that cancel out the very signal you're trying to receive. True manifestation succeeds when you're excited, when you're certain, when you're playfully detached, like a child who knows their birthday gift is already wrapped and waiting under the tree. No desperation, just joyful expectation. The masters know this secret. Feel it as already real, already done, already yours. Live from the end, not from the lack. That's how you pull desires from level 2 effortlessly, without forcing, without begging the universe. You become the version of you who already has it, and the quantum field has no choice but to match that frequency. But here's the deeper truth most teachers never tell you. Trying to manifest big things while still fully identified with the suffering level 1 character almost always leads to disappointment. You're attempting to direct the quantum field from inside the prison, wearing the prison uniform, believing the prison rules. That's why so many vision boards gather dust. That's why affirmations feel like lies sometimes. The real power comes when you begin operating from higher levels, when you realize you're not the limited character begging for scraps. You're the conscious creator with access to the entire field. So pause right now and ask yourself, what desire have you been chasing from lack? What have you been trying to force into existence while secretly believing it's impossible for someone like you? What if, in this moment, you shifted into the feeling of it already being done? Not tomorrow, not when conditions are perfect. Right now. Feel the relief, feel the gratitude, feel the quiet certainty. That's the frequency that collapses timelines in your favor. That's the frequency that turns probability into your lived reality. But even this isn't the full picture, because beneath the quantum field lies something even more fundamental, something that explains why the same people keep manifesting the same painful patterns, no matter how many techniques they try. We're about to descend into level 3, the layer where your entire life script is written in invisible code. And once you see it, you'll never look at your beliefs, your past, or your bad luck the same way again. Are you ready to access the source code of your reality? Because things are about to get even more intense. Level 3, the information layer. This is where reality reveals itself as pure code. Your entire identity, your personality, your sense of self, it's all programmed. Every belief you've ever absorbed, every story you've told yourself about who you are, every trauma that's still echoing in your nervous system, all of it exists here as invisible scripts running silently in the background, generating your level 1 experience without you even realizing it. This is the layer that makes simulation theory feel not just possible, but obvious. We're living inside a digital-like reality where subconscious beliefs are the core algorithms deciding what renders on your screen. Your luck isn't random at all. It's repeating code patterns, looping over and over until someone finally notices and rewrites them. That money block that's followed you for years? Code. The relationship pattern where you always end up with the same kind of unavailable partner? Code. The deep-seated feeling that you're not worthy of success, love, or freedom? Deeply embedded code from childhood, from society, from past experiences. Your identity itself is nothing but code. Lines of programming telling the system, this is who I am, this is what's possible for me, this is what I deserve. And the most shocking part, you're not your past, you're not your failures, you're not even your successes. You're a fully programmable avatar with full admin access to the system, if you're willing to claim it. Most people never even glimpse level 3. They spend their entire lives reacting to the output of old, outdated programming, thinking, this is just who I am, or I can't change. This is my personality. They defend their limiting stories like their life depends on it. But the moment you start questioning, truly questioning, everything changes. Who am I without this belief that money is hard? Who am I without the story that people always leave me? What if everything I've accepted as truth about myself is just outdated code running on autopilot? That's the moment you gain access to the source. Tools like deep meditation, shadow work, journaling in the darkness of your fears, hypnosis, psychedelic experiences when used consciously, or even simple reprogramming affirmations. These are your direct coding interfaces. They allow you to highlight the old line of code that says, I'm not enough, and delete it. Replace it with something new. I am infinite potential expressing uniquely through this form. Abundance flows to me effortlessly because I am the source. Suddenly, opportunities that were completely invisible before begin rendering in level 1. People start showing up differently. Money flows in unexpected ways. Your energy shifts. But here's the twist most people miss. Rewriting code at level 3i is powerful, but it's not the final step. Because even when you've done the deep inner work, even when you've cleared layers of trauma and limiting beliefs, something strange often happens. Just as you're about to break through, just as life starts opening up, reality pushes back hard. Old patterns resurface out of nowhere. People in your life start acting strange. Opportunities fall through at the last second. Doubts flood your mind louder than ever. This isn't bad luck. This isn't the universe testing you. This is the next level activating. And if you don't understand it, it will pull you right back down into the lower layers. But if you recognize it for what it is, you pass through unscathed, and the doors to true freedom swing wide open. Before we enter that storm, though, we have to cross the most important bridge of all. The shift that changes everything. Level 4, the consciousness interface. This is where the game reveals its deepest secret. This is the moment you finally realize you are not the character. You are the player. The character suffers in level 1 dramas, the heartbreak, the rejection, the fear of not being enough, the endless striving. But the player is eternal, untouched awareness, the silent witness behind every thought, every emotion, every sensation. The I am that exists before any story, before any belief, before any identity. When you anchor in level 4, the entire architecture shifts. You stop being tossed around by circumstances because you know, deep in your being, none of this is ultimately real. It's a game. An incredibly convincing, high-stakes, emotionally intense game. But a game nonetheless. True awakening happens here. You become detached from the character's drama, yet you play it more fully, more passionately than ever. You feel the emotions without becoming them. You witness the thoughts without believing every one. You step into the character's life with full presence, loving deeply, creating boldly, experiencing richly. But you never forget you're the one holding the controller. Practices like self-inquiry, asking who is aware of this thought right now, or simply pausing throughout the day to notice the space of awareness itself. These drop you directly into level 4. And from this vantage point, everything below transforms. Manifestation from level 2 becomes effortless because you're no longer begging from lack. Rewriting code in level 3 becomes permanent because you're no longer identified with the old stories. But most importantly, when the inevitable resistance comes, and it will come, you'll be ready. Because level 5 is waiting, and it's the fire that forges masters. Are you ready to face the guardian of the upper levels? Because we're about to walk straight into the storm. Generate part 3, add it to the previous ones, check the cumulative timing, and say next when you're ready for part 4. This is building into something massive. Your community is going to be hooked from the first second to the last. Level 5. The resistance field. This is the storm that guards the upper levels. This is the fire that either forges you into a master or sends you running back to the comfortable prison of the lower layers. The moment you begin operating from level 4 awareness, the moment you start rewriting code in level 3, directing the quantum field with real power, living as the player instead of the character, something inevitable happens. Reality pushes back, hard. Old fears that you thought you'd healed suddenly resurface with intensity. People in your life who were fine yesterday start criticizing your changes, questioning your growth, or even pulling away. Opportunities that were lining up perfectly fall apart at the last second. Doubts scream louder than ever inside your mind. Synchronicities turn strange, almost chaotic. It feels like the entire universe is conspiring to drag you back down. But here's the revelation that changes everything. This isn't punishment. This isn't a sign you're on the wrong path. This isn't the universe testing you. This is the resistance field activating. It's the collective consensus reality, the shared dream we're all co-creating, fighting to maintain the old version of you. It's the inertia of billions of minds agreeing on how reality should work, pushing against your individual awakening. Think of it like the immune system of the simulation. When a foreign element, in this case, your expanding consciousness, threatens the status quo, the system sends antibodies in the form of resistance to neutralize the threat and restore balance. Most people collapse here. They take it personally. They think, see, I knew I couldn't change. I knew it was too good to be true. They feed the resistance with emotional reaction, anger, frustration, doubt, self-pity, and that energy is exactly what the field needs to win. It pulls them right back into level 1 autopilot, where everything feels safe and familiar again, even if it's painful. But the ones who make it through, the ones who reach the highest levels, they understand the game. They see resistance not as an enemy, but as a guardian proving they're close. The intensity of the pushback is directly proportional to how big the breakthrough is on the other side. The hack, the master key, is simple but not easy. Stay neutral. Do not feed the resistance with emotional charge. Observe it from level 4 awareness. Watch the fears arise without believing them. Watch the external chaos unfold without attaching meaning. Feel the emotions fully, but don't become them. It's like standing in the center of a hurricane. The winds howl, debris flies, but the eye remains perfectly still. Practices like breathwork, cold exposure, or simply pausing in the heat of the moment to ask, who is aware of this resistance right now? Anchor you in that stillness. When you refuse to react emotionally, the field has nothing to grip onto. It loses power. The storm passes faster than you expect. And when it does, you step through transformed, stronger, clearer, freer. Imagine facing your deepest fear, not with avoidance or force, but with calm presence. Imagine watching an old pattern try to pull you back, and instead of fighting it, you simply witness it dissolve. That's the power of passing through level 5 unscathed. But on the other side of the storm lies something so vast, so beautiful, it makes every moment of resistance worth it. Level 6. The infinite field. This is pure potential. This is oneness. This is the bliss that mystics, sages, and awakened beings have pointed to for thousands of years. Here, there is no separation, no you and me, no subject and object, no time, no space, no duality. Everything is one infinite consciousness expressing itself in endless forms. This is the realm of boundless love, creativity, and possibility. The void that is simultaneously full, the source from which all levels below arise. When you touch level 6, even for a moment, everything shifts. Tears come. Laughter comes. A profound peace settles in that needs nothing from the world. Many who reach here for the first time think they've arrived. They experience the dissolution of self, the infinite bliss, and decide the lower levels, the illusion, aren't worth returning to. They fall into what I call the bliss trap, retreating into meditation, passive spirituality, or endless seeking of higher states, while avoiding the messiness of level 1 life. But real mastery, the ultimate level, isn't escaping into level 6 forever. It's bringing level 6 down. It's integrating the infinite into the finite. Because the truth is, the source wants to play. It wants to create through you. It delights in the dance of separation as much as the peace of unity. Withdrawing from life is just another subtle form of resistance. The deepest realization is that the play of form is divine too. So the true masters don't abandon the game. They return to it transformed, carrying the light of level 6 into every lower level. And that's where the real magic begins. Level 7 is waiting. The state of the integrated master. The final unification. Are you ready to see what full embodiment of all 7 levels looks like? Because this is where you stop being controlled by reality and start rendering it consciously. Level 7, the integrated master. This is the pinnacle. This is where all 7 levels unify into one seamless, effortless flow of creation. This is the state where you are no longer controlled, limited, or rendered by reality. You consciously render it. You live fully embodied in level 1, passionate, sensual, creative, deeply human, while simultaneously operating from the infinite oneness of level 6. You direct the quantum probabilities in level 2 with crystal clear intention. You rewrite code in level 3 as naturally as breathing. You witness everything from the eternal awareness of level 4. And when resistance arises in level 5, which it still will from time to time, you move through it with grace, neutrality, and even gratitude, knowing it's just the system calibrating to your new frequency. In level 7, manifestation is no longer something you do. It becomes who you are. Abundance flows without effort because lack no longer exists in your code. Purpose feels like play because you're aligned with the infinite's desire to express through you. Relationships mirror your highest vibration because you've stopped projecting old patterns. Health, vitality, creativity. All of it aligns because every layer is in harmony. You become a conscious co-creator of the entire simulation, not from ego, not from force, but from pure, integrated being. Imagine waking up each morning and feeling the entire architecture responding to you. A subtle shift in your inner state ripples outward, collapsing new timelines before breakfast. You walk through the world and people feel it. They're drawn to your presence without knowing why. Opportunities find you. Synchronicities become your normal. Challenges still appear. Of course they do, because contrast is part of the beauty. But you meet them from such depth that they transform into fuel for even greater expansion. This isn't fantasy. This isn't reserved for gurus on mountaintops. This is your natural state, waiting to be reclaimed. But here's the truth. Very few are willing to hear. Reaching and stabilizing in level 7 requires total commitment. Not halfway. Not I'll try this for a week. Total. You must be willing to question every belief, face every shadow, feel every suppressed emotion, pass through every wave of resistance without retreating. Most people taste higher levels, glimpses of oneness in meditation, powerful manifestations that excite them, moments of pure awareness, and then settle back into the familiar lower layers because the climb demands everything. But some feel the call so deeply that surrender becomes inevitable. They stop negotiating with their limitations. They stop tolerating half-lived lives. They choose mastery, no matter what. And when they do, the architecture bends to support them. So I want you to pause right now and feel this in your body. Imagine living as a level 7 integrated master. How does your energy feel? How do your relationships feel? How does money, creativity, purpose, joy feel when all 7 levels are unified through you? Let that feeling sink in, because that version of you already exists in the quantum field. The code is already written in potential. The only question is, will you climb? Will you do the daily work of awareness, reprogramming, neutrality, and integration until it becomes your permanent state? This is your choice point. Right now, most will listen to this, feel the resonance, get goosebumps, and tomorrow go back to level 1 autopilot. Now let resistance win. They'll stay in the prison because it's familiar. But you, I see you. I know you're different. I know you're one of the ones who will use this map. Who will start today? Who will not stop until level 7 is your home? So let's make this practical. Let's talk about how you actually climb. How you move from wherever you are right now. Maybe stuck in level 1 survival. Maybe touching level 4 but falling back. Maybe already navigating level 5 resistance and step firmly permanently into higher states. Because information without integration is just entertainment. We're not here for entertainment. We're here for transformation. Stay with me. We're about to lay out the exact path, the daily practices, the subtle shifts that compound into irreversible awakening. Are you ready to start building your mastery right now? How do you climb the 7 levels? How do you turn this map into your lived reality? Because knowing the architecture is one thing, but embodying it, stabilizing in the higher levels day after day, that's where true freedom lives. So let's get deeply practical. Let's lay out the exact path, the daily practices, the subtle but unstoppable shifts that compound over time into irreversible awakening and mastery. You don't need years in a monastery. You don't need perfect conditions. You need consistent, intentional action from wherever you are right now. The climb begins with one commitment. Decide that you are no longer willing to live unconsciously. Decide that half-lived is no longer enough. Make that decision now, silently in your own heart, and the entire architecture begins to shift in your favor. The foundation of the climb is anchoring in level 4 awareness, the realization that you are the player, not the character. This is your home base. Everything else flows from here. The simplest, most powerful practice to drop into level 4 multiple times a day is the pause. Throughout your day, set reminders or use natural triggers, like every time you touch a door handle, drink water, or see your phone screen light up, and pause for 10 seconds. In that pause, ask, who is aware of this moment right now? Don't answer with words. Just notice the silent presence behind thoughts, behind sensations, behind everything. That presence is level 4. Do this dozens of times a day, and within weeks, it becomes your default state. You start watching life instead of being lost in it. From this anchor, you naturally begin rewriting code in level 3. Every limiting belief that arises, every I can't, I'm not enough, this always happens to me, becomes an opportunity. When you notice one, don't fight it. Don't affirm over it aggressively. Simply witness it from level 4, then gently ask, is this true? Who would I be without this thought? Then feel the expanded version. I am infinite potential. Everything is always working out for me. I am safe in the unknown. Speak it. Feel it. Embody it physically. Stand taller. Breathe deeper. Smile subtly. You're not lying to yourself. You're installing new code. Do this every time an old story appears and the old programming weakens while the new strengthens. For deeper rewiring, dedicate 20 to 30 minutes daily to shadow work or journaling. Write out the fear, the wound, the belief in full detail. Let it pour out unfiltered. Then, from level 4 awareness, dialogue with it. Thank you for trying to protect me. I see you. But I no longer need this protection. Burn the page if it feels powerful. This clears lifetimes of accumulated code faster than anything else. To direct level 2, the quantum field, practice living from the end twice a day. Morning and night, sit quietly, close your eyes, and feel your deepest desires as already fulfilled. Not visualizing frantically, feeling. Feel the relief in your body, the gratitude, the quiet pride, the peace of it's done. Don't check for evidence in level 1. Trust that the collapse is happening behind the scenes. The more detached joy you bring to this, the faster it renders. When resistance hits in level 5, and it will, remember the master key, neutrality. The moment chaos arises, pause and label it. This is resistance. This is the field calibrating. Breathe slowly. Feel the emotion in your body without adding a story. Where is it located? Tight chest? Not in stomach? Just observe it like clouds passing. Do not react externally if possible. Do not complain, vent, or dramatize. That feeds it. Within minutes or hours, it dissolves. You pass through stronger. To touch level 6 oneness regularly, add heart-centered meditation. Place your hand on your heart, breathe deeply, and feel gratitude or love for anything. A memory, a person, existence itself. Let the feeling expand until boundaries dissolve. Even 5 minutes connects you to the infinite field, recharging everything below. Finally, to integrate into level 7, live as if you are already there. Make every choice from the question, what would the integrated master do? Eat, speak, work, love, rest from that energy. Act as if all levels are unified through you, because they are. The more you embody this, the more reality conforms. Do these practices daily, not perfectly, consistently. Miss a day? No self-judgment, just return. Compound this for 30 days, 90 days, a year, and you will not recognize your old life. The prison walls will be gone. Mastery will be your new normal. But here's the deeper invitation. This isn't just for you. When you climb, you weaken the collective resistance field for everyone. Your awakening ripples out, making it easier for others to wake up too. So ask yourself right now, what is the one practice you'll commit to starting today? The pause? Living from the end? Shadow work? Neutrality through resistance? Feel into it. Choose one. And begin. We're about to go even deeper into real-life examples of people who have climbed these levels, the common pitfalls to avoid, and the signs that you're stabilizing in the higher states. Stay with me. The transformation is just beginning. Let's bring this alive with real stories, examples of everyday people who have climbed these levels, so you can see yourself in them. Because this isn't theory. This isn't reserved for special souls. This is happening right now, all around us. First, meet Sarah. 2 years ago, Sarah was deep in level 1 prison. Single mom, dead-end job, chronic health issues, drowning in debt. She felt like life was happening to her. Bad luck followed her everywhere. She started with one simple practice after stumbling across a video like this, the pause into level 4 awareness. 10 times a day, she'd stop and ask, who is aware right now? At first, nothing dramatic, but after a month, she noticed she wasn't reacting as strongly to her kids' tantrums or her boss's criticism. She started catching limiting beliefs in level 3. I'll never get out of this financial hole, and gently rewriting them. She began feeling her desire for a better job as already done each night. Resistance hit hard in level 5. She got turned down for 3 promotions. Her car broke down. Old friends mocked her woo-woo stuff. But she stayed neutral, observed the storm, kept going. 9 months later, she landed a remote job paying double, moved to a better home, and her health turned around. Today, Sarah lives mostly in level 7. She manifests opportunities weekly, parents with joy instead of stress, and teaches others the same map. She says the key was refusing to retreat during resistance. Next, Alex. Tech entrepreneur stuck in level 3 code. Brilliant coder, but his business kept failing. Deep belief. If I succeed big, people will see I'm a fraud. Imposter syndrome on loop. He did intense shadow work, journaling the fear every day, feeling it fully, then releasing it from level 4 awareness. He touched level 6 oneness during a 10-day silent retreat, dissolved into bliss, realized there's no separate fraud to expose. When he returned, resistance roared. Investors pulled out. His co-founder quit. But Alex stayed neutral, kept meditating, kept feeling his company's success as already real. 6 months later, he closed a funding round 10 times bigger than before. Now he runs a thriving company and mentors others on integrating the levels. Then there's Maya, who fell into the bliss trap. After a profound awakening experience, spontaneous level 6 oneness, she quit her job, moved to an ashram, and spent years meditating. Beautiful, But she avoided relationships, money, creativity. Life became passive. She realized this was subtle resistance, fear of playing the game fully. So she began integrating downward, brought the bliss into daily life, started a business sharing spiritual teachings, fell in love, built a home. Today she's a level 7 example, deeply peaceful yet powerfully creative, manifesting abundance while helping thousands wake up. These stories aren't exceptions, they're proof. Every person who stabilizes in higher levels followed the same path. Awareness, reprogramming, neutrality through resistance, integration. Now let's talk pitfalls. The traps that stop most people cold. First pitfall, spiritual bypassing. Touching level 6 bliss or level 4 awareness and using it to avoid level 3 shadows or level 5 resistance. I'm above all this drama. No, you're bypassing the integration that leads to level 7. Second, attachment to outcomes in level 2. Desperation collapses the wrong timelines. Masters manifest from joyful detachment. Third, making resistance mean something personal. This is happening because I'm doing it wrong. No, it's the field calibrating. Stay neutral. Fourth, inconsistency. Practicing for a week, then quitting when results don't come fast. Mastery is compound interest. Show up daily. Signs you're stabilizing higher, synchronicities increase. Old patterns lose emotional charge. Manifestation speeds up. You feel peaceful even in chaos. Life feels like play more than struggle. You start influencing reality effortlessly. People say things just work out for you. That's the architecture aligning. So where are you right now? Be brutally honest. Mostly level 1 survival, flickering between 2 and 3. Touching 4 but falling back. Battling level 5 resistance. Glimpsing 6. Integrating into 7. Drop your current main level in the comments. No judgment. This is your starting point. And if this map has sparked something deep, if you feel the call, drop a fire emoji. Let's see how many are ready to climb together. We're about to enter the final stretch, the ultimate choice, the deeper invitation, and how this changes everything, not just for you, but for the world. Stay with me. The activation is coming. No judgment. This is your starting point. And if this map has sparked something deep, if you feel the call, drop a fire emoji. Let's see how many are ready to climb together. We're about to enter the final stretch, the ultimate choice, the deeper invitation, and how this changes everything, not just for you, but for the world. Stay with me. The activation is coming.